Today I'm just making a quick video talking about ignition coils and spark plugs, and just another reason to keep up on your maintenance interval. Changing your spark plugs is it actually prolongs the life of the ignition coil. The ignition coils are already prone to failure, especially in Audis and Volkswagens. And if you take the spark plug interval and you kind of ignore it and you just keep going and going, the ground straps and the electrodes actually start to move away from each other basically as it wears, and then the voltage has to increase on the ignition coil to get combustion, to make this thing work correctly. So what happens is as this thing wears, the car still seems to be running fine and you don't really notice anything, but the voltage is increasing significantly on the that the coil is responsible for. So it leads to the coil having to work a lot harder than it should and prematurely failing. They already fail often enough on cars that are well maintained, but it does increase the failure rate if you do ignore your spark plug change. So especially on a car that's been modified, if you've modified your car and you've boosted the engine harder, the cylinder pressure is increased a lot. If you take a car and you have 20 pounds of boost when it's supposed to have 6, your cylinder pressure is that much higher, so it's much higher. So it also, you need that much more voltage to overcome the cylinder pressure to get good combustion. So that's another thing that leads to the spark plugs wearing even faster. So on cars that have been modified, you may want to take your interval and actually go a lot shorter interval than they even suggest, just to keep everything running well and stop it from misfiring and having coil failure. So that's all, just talking about that. A lot of times on these, this is kind of an unusual plug that I'm showing you. This has 4 ground straps. So as this style plug wears, the electrode in the center there that's supposed to be round actually turns into a square. It's kind of unusual. Usually, a conventional plug just has the one ground strap that kind of hooks over the top and goes up here. So this one actually lasts a lot longer, it seems like, because there's that much, the gap doesn't increase as fast because you have a lot more wear surface with all these ground straps, but they also do wear out just like anything else, and you need to keep up on your interval and replace them when you should. So thanks for watching.